Hello, I'm Neil Balderson from Northamptonshire Search and Rescue. I've been invited by 30 Days 30 Ways to talk about risk and mapping and how we can use this to be prepared for any situation that can come up. We use maps almost every day without realising, be that the sat-navs in our cars, using our handheld devices to get from point A to point B in town, but we very rarely study them. We very rarely use them to identify risks and potential hazards that we could come across. A risk is something which could cause us harm, but we measure it in a specific way. We measure it by saying how likely is that risk to occur, and if that risk was to occur, how big would the impact be? So for example, if we get hit by a meteorite, it will be a huge impact, but the likelihood is very low, so the risk is low. However, crossing the road, we do that every day, but the chance of getting hit by a car is much higher. So we have to be considering how carefully we approach these. We can do the same by using maps. If we look at our maps, we can predict certain things that we will come across. For example, when we're planning a search, I am looking at where my team members will be going, what areas they will be entering, and are they likely to encounter any risks before I send them to that area. Simply by looking at the map, I can tell, will they be working near water? Water is dangerous to us. Will they be working in a road environment, so they'll need to have additional high visibility clothing? Will they be coming across wooded areas such as we're in today, where they may come across brambles or sticks or trees, or potentially come across deer and animals who can attack? All of these can be planned ahead simply by looking at the map. You can do similar when you're working in your areas. If you're in a local town, do you know where your local police station is, where your local fire station is? Do you know your emergency evacuation route? Are you aware that the local council has a community risk register that exists to talk about what risks could be faced in your area where you live? And these can range from natural incidents through to major accidents to malicious acts. But if we focus on the natural incidents, the most likely thing you're going to encounter in your area is flooding. Do you know, are you in a flood risk area? Do you know your evacuation route if you were told to evacuate by the council or emergency services? If you go and look online at the community risk register, which you can find by searching, you'll be able to understand what these mean for you. So your task for today, if you choose to accept it, is to go and find a map, look where your local emergency services are, be those police, fire or the hospital, and consider what your evacuation route might be if it was required and if you were called by the emergency services to leave. Once you've done this, share what you found out with your various friends on social media and make sure that they're as prepared as you. Many thanks for listening.